Hello, everyone. This video series is about the future of attended automation with UiPath, or what to expect in 2023 from us. It is intended for feedback, so please feel free to add your comments in this series of videos, or give us feedback in any other mean, but also for education, just to showcase what is coming, what is going to be possible quite soon with our products. So let's dive in with a bit of an overview first. Okay, this is what automation development looks like today with UiPath. So basically, you open up UiPath Studio, you start a new automation, and you have, you can have sequences or flowcharts, but basically it's the same thing. It's a sequence of steps that the automation can follow. Okay, and it goes from start all the way till the end to stop. And our intention is to change that a bit, because if you've ever done any type of UI building any software, any product that has to do with the user interface, you will see that this is not actually how those products are being built, the software is being built. Okay, it is a bit different. And by different, what I mean is that usually you have some kind of a trigger-based development, meaning that when your application, and in our case, the automation, when it starts, you initialize some things, and then you wait for things to happen, for events to occur. Such events can be, when the user clicked a certain button, or when an application was opened, or when something is being typed in a specific text field, right? This is how this type of automations might be built. Okay, and this is the structure, the overall structure of this trigger-based automation development, that we're looking at implementing. Okay, you would start by first initializing whatever you have to initialize on the attended user's computer, and then just wait for events. And the wait for events, this is an action that will not stop the execution of the automation, but will wait for some things to happen. And then you would have multiple triggers. Here I have trigger 1 through trigger through trigger n, and those triggers. Those triggers will just start executing one by one, or in parallel if that's needed. And each trigger will have a number of automation steps that will be responsible for. Now let's look at simple but real-world example. Let's say I'm building an automation, an event-based automation, that when it starts, what it does is that it opens Salesforce and it signs me in automatically, and then it waits for events to happen. One of such events might be when I reach the new order page on Salesforce. And this is where the automation is going to take over the user experience, and it's going to show a form, a new order form, to the attended user. The attended user will get to fill in that form, and whenever they submit that form, there's another trigger here on form submit. Okay. And with this trigger, what it's going to do is probably is going to verify the form data, and then fill in the form data into Salesforce using UI automation, and then close the form. And also, when the attended user closes Salesforce, this is where maybe we want to fill the timesheet and then exit the automation, and this will bring it to a stop. Now, to implement such an automation, what one would have to do is basically create the main .xaml file in Studio, and then add all these activities, all these steps in their automation, and then they will have some other workflow files, right? Some other XAMLs, let's say on new order page, on form submit, and on Salesforce closed .xaml. And each one of these XAML files, these workflows, are going to start with a activity that we call a trigger activity. And the fact that that activity, which is a special activity if you want, the fact that that activity is the first one in this XAML file will tell Studio and then the robot, the execution engine, that this is the trigger that will be listened to when we wait for such events. So this is an overview. In the next videos, we're going to go into a bit more details around what that means and how such things can be built. Thank you very much, and do not forget to add your feedback and comments.